Hello and welcome to 7 Minutes of Inspiration with Seven. You're watching me, Latasha Guy. You're either catching me on my Facebook, YouTube, or you're catching snippets on my Instagram. It is a pleasure to be able to join you on this Wednesday. You're watching Hope on a Hump Day. This is a new series that I've found myself doing for the past few weeks. It was laid on my heart that sometimes we go through things throughout the week and we just need that hope on a hump day. Motivating and empowering others, encouraging others through those real life situations that we sometimes face, and knowing that we are not alone. And so I'll just get right into today's topic. Today's topic that hit my heart was necessary roughness. I went through a little bit of a rough time trying to record the video, so it did make the topic a little bit more real for me. As I'm recording this vlog, it's raining, it's storming pretty bad outside, so the power's clicked on and off, which gave me excuse to say, oh, well, I won't do it this week. The lights won't come back on. They came immediately back on, and so I hopped on because I want to be diligent to the mission of making sure I'm going after those things that I say I'm going to do. So necessary roughness, when I looked up the definition of roughness, you'll see me look down at my notes from time to time because I want to make sure that I'm giving it to you as I scribed it. Roughness, it's a quality or lacking of gentleness. And so that hit home for me. I'm like, okay, oh God, what are you trying to show me about being rough? Because I've been labeled as being rough sometimes. I know I can be. I recognize it and own it, but I'm working on it. I am a work in progress. And so rough. And then it gave, just an example of there's a certain amount of even playfulness and roughness that's normal for dogs. And so if you're a pet owner, you know that sometimes your dogs can be gentle and loving and they're happy when you come home. And then, of course, again, you've seen those rough sides of them as well. If they feel like you're being attacked, they feel like you're in danger. And in my case, my dog is being a little rough tonight because she is afraid of the storm. And so just recognizing the season you're in, I said, well, if dogs recognize the balance, why can't we recognize the season of both? Playfulness, rough, a time to be playful and a time to be rough. And so I delved even further. And so it's about recognizing the season that you're in and when it's time to recognize the signs of moving forward. So I'm not talking about the signs of Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest. And I'm sure I can name so many more. But I'm talking about embracing and becoming still enough to hear the season you're in and positioning yourself accordingly. And so in 2020, as an example, I have found myself doing a lot of educating, different things I've wanted to be involved in. I've been able to that are empowering, different certifications that I've wanted to take because of the downtime I have found myself going after. I'm just utilizing this downtime wisely. And I think sometimes we're placed in a season where we have no other choice. And for me, I could have always found an excuse, but in this season, I have found myself doing some of those things I've desired to do because there is nothing else that you really can do. And if you want to be ready, of course, you're going to do the things that are necessary. And so I always heard when I was growing up as a kid, that there was a time to be play and there was a time to be serious. And so for me, surely that meant just finding balance, right? To be able to do both. Right. No. So now as I grow older, I realized that there was a time to play, which was to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and there was a time to be serious, which to me now means planning yourself long enough to be still, doing those things that are necessary to get you to your targeted goal, being disciplined enough to know when you've got to work and when you've got to rest, all of those great things. And some of those things I began to start doing. And why? Because I wanted to groom myself for what's next. You never know what you're being groomed for next. I think I've said that over the past few weeks, but you never know what you're being groomed for next. And you want to labor well so that you can truly enjoy the fruits of your labor. And that's in all sincerity, because you don't want to spend this season, if this is supposed to be our down season, wasting time looking around, wishing and waiting for what's next instead of working for what's next, educating, propelling yourself, empowering yourself for what's next. This season really requires that you exercise a lot of mental toughness. That's the ability to resist, manage, overcome doubts, worries, concerns, circumstances that will prevent you from succeeding. I mean, it's easy to say in this season, there's a lot of things that are holding a lot of people back. But it is really your mental state of how you feel like you're being held back. Are you being held back so that when you go forward, you're even stronger, you're even more powerful, you're even more ready, you're even more resilient in your initiatives, your agendas, those business plans, that you're really truly ready? Or are you just in this season waiting? Are you in this season playing? Really not thinking, well, we don't really know what's next. It'll never be the same again. So you're doing nothing. That's not good. Life calls it mental toughness. I call it, you really have to have faith in this season. You have to have faith that all things will work out as they should. You continue to groom, you continue to grow, you continue to propel your thoughts, you continue to surround yourself by positivity. I did take down some even tips and tools for how we can practice exercising our mental toughness. Again, as I stated, for me, it's faith. And one is to start by building your identity. In this season, begin to recognize who you are. Begin to recognize who deserves to be in your life. Begin to recognize who deserves to go into this next season with you. Next, focus on small behaviors. Non-life changing transformation. So if I had to think about that in a certain sense, one of the things that I have found myself tasking myself with daily is that before I start the day's affairs, I'm going to do something to empower myself. I can't run on E all day. I can't pour into others all day and I am on E. So I have to make sure that when I get up, I'm getting my fill up so that I can be able to continue to pour, and that I am connecting with those that we can pour among each other, and we can continue to propel and help each other grow. And then develop a routine that gets you going regardless of how you feel motivated. For me, it is the vlog. It gets me going regardless. I like to do it. I want to do it. I love to do it. And so just finding that thing that sets your soul on fire and doing it and becoming motivated to do it even when you don't want to do it. And last but not least, just stick to the schedule. Forget about the results. I'm doing this weekly. I don't know what the results are going to be. If it touches 2, 3, 4 people's heart, it doesn't matter. I'm doing what God has asked me to do. I'm motivating and encouraging others. That has always been a passion of mine. You cannot call me and have a bad day. Anybody will tell you, I will make you laugh. I will find something that you need to be grateful for. But you literally cannot call me and have a bad day. You cannot really call me. If you're in I would say if you're in a bad place, I will be there with you. But at the same time, I'm willing to leave you there if you're not willing to grow. And so that is what I have been set on this earth, is to really help others, motivate others to realize their potential and know that they can really have any thing that they desire if they truly just recognize that season that they're in and just go after it. Recognize if you're in a season where you should be planted, or if this is a season that you really should be enjoying the fruits of your labor. There is both. We just have to find balance. And so it's been a pleasure to join you on this week. I'm glad I finally got this done. I hope that everyone has an amazing rest of their week. This has been Hope on a Hump Day. I leave you with refuse to live less than blessed, because that's what you've been called. And guess what? You're amazing. Enjoy the rest of your week.